Hey guys, I wanted to talk about my first book in the series, which is, compared to the rest of the series, is really like a prequel. It truly is. It is the origin story of my characters, and it is low fantasy. So if you like high fantasy from the gate, then you're not going to like this. But it is low fantasy. It is high stakes suspense. It is romantic suspense, and it has elements of the fantasy world that are overlapping with the real world. So it's magical realism, portal fantasy. And as the characters get deeper and deeper into this experience, there's more and more fantasy that's trickling out, so that by the end of the book, we're basically in the fantasy world. And then in book 2, it's all fantasy. You know, if you're a high fantasy reader and that's what you're looking to jump into is like dragons and princes, like thinking about putting a synopsis in book 2 so that people who want to just go from book 2 that can do that. But before I do that, I would say that if you're somebody who doesn't really like fantasy, or you're not sure, or you're like, well, I'll give it a try because I think I could like fantasy, but I don't want to be thrown into it right away. Book 1 is great for you because it eases you into it and makes it more believable. But what I've learned is that, you know, everybody has different likes and dislikes. And so I try to be very transparent about what my book is and what it isn't, so that people don't think they're getting something that they're not getting. And so I try to be very transparent about that. Otherwise, I would say that this series is probably my most favorite series that I've ever written. And, you know, I'm working on book 3 right now. And again, once they reach the fantasy world, that's where they are. Also, if you are very, very much into spice, then again, you'll like book 2. But book 1, you might be like, where is it at? There is a little bit. But it's certainly not the level of that some romantasy books are. It's not the level of book 2. And again, this is an origin story really for book 1. Do you need to read book 1 to read book 2 is a question I get. And at this point, yes, just because the characters are so intertwined with each other, it just makes sense of how they got there. But again, I think I'm going to add a synopsis to book 2, so that people who are like the high fantasy readers that just want to go right into it can go into it and feel like I kind of have a sense of the characters, and I don't need to go back and read book 1 unless it's something that piques my curiosity and I want to find out exactly why, when, and where kind of deal. So that's it for today. I truly love these books, and I hope you do too. And again, as I say to everybody, if you do read them, please let me know, because I love to connect with my readers and hear what you guys have to think. All right, thanks.